The following program is rated M for a mature audience. It contains adult themes, coarse language, and drug references.
Listen, I'm telling you, keep your mouth shut.
Go home.
Shut the fuck up! 2 seconds or I'll call the police.
Most of the people that end up here are people that can't get accommodation anywhere else and have already exhausted all their luck with charities.
What room do you want open? The hallways of my home, Rosie.
Wintertime, we're chock-a-block everywhere, even not paying guests, just in the hallways and in the basement. Yeah. And if we can't organise a bed for them, then we'll give them a blanket. See me when you wake up, okay? The Gatwick's like a big family home, I think. It's just somewhere people can go where they don't feel out of place.
They've been sending me crazy for 14 years. Every second, every minute. Enough is enough from them.
Listen to me. How about we go and have a coffee?
Yeah.
Okay, you calm down, have a coffee, I'll clean the room, and then you come back in about 20 minutes?
Yeah.
When Dad bought it in 72, it was more of a gentleman's residence. Dad got into a spot of bother and ended in prison, so Yvette and I were running it pretty much from the age of 18. I think we were fortunate in growing up amongst all these people all the time. Got a clearer understanding of the people because Mum always had boarding houses.
Their mother was a lovely woman, darling. She was a beautiful woman. I stayed in the Gatwick a long time ago. I was pregnant with my daughter, Tina, because I had nowhere to go. I had nowhere to sleep, you know.
It is my favourite of all, only because she treats me like a son, like a mother, sort of thing. She cares a lot about me and she doesn't want to see me hurt myself anymore, so that's another reason why I'm not doing these things to myself anymore.
You want me today?
Oh, if you feel like it. Now, if you go downstairs and get me 2 nice matching pillowcases, and this one's ready for the next one. Oh, they look lovely.
They are.
Can you go and put them on the bed? If they see you carrying something, they'll come and carry it for you. If they see you vacuuming, I'll give you a hand vacuuming. Before you know it, the job's done. I think it gives them a feeling of self-worth too. It makes them feel good instead of everybody putting them down all the time.
Without the girls, I don't know where I would have been now. It's taught me a lot more responsibility. They've shown me how to run their office.
People are social creatures and they find that they need other people in some way. But this place is something of an institution, so there's an established culture here too that you wouldn't find in some of the other community rooming houses.
How long would you like to stay?
Couple months. Depends.
Okay. If you've got no money, you can go up to the Sacred Heart and just eat as much as you can.
Yeah.
Just in case you don't get another dinner till tomorrow, okay? We're fairly lenient on the rent. Normally, VCAT rules are that you give a notice to vacate as soon as somebody's 7 days behind, but that would never work. That wouldn't work here. There was one fellow that was so far behind that Rose just wiped the slate clean, yes, because he would never have caught up. So I've got one fellow here that's 4th of the 2nd, 14, so he's technically 16 months behind in his rent. Is that your rubbish on the floor? I remember one time I had this lady who, when I was doing her bed, she'd put 4 syringes sticking straight up from the bed base up that way. So when I tucked the sheets in, I scratched my hand with 4 syringes all at once.
Yeah, even like cleaning toilets, they're pretty disgusting there. Sometimes I don't feel like doing them, how they leave a big mess in there and all the syringes, they can leave containers there, but they still won't clean up after themselves and put them away. And I think it's just the people on the street that come in to shoot up and could be bothered cleaning the mess or taken away with them.
And the most awful people come here sometimes. I was walking in the kitchen. I just finished talking to Eddie, and the guy from nowhere, kicked me, beat me, and broke my face, and broke my glasses, and lost my teeth come out, and crushed them to death. Everybody says you shouldn't let these people in, but you can't stop them. You can't, yeah, especially if we were given the right to stop them ourselves, we would. But you have to do it in a legal way and call the police or
ask them to leave. And I mean, if you're talking to a sane person, you can ask somebody to leave and generally they would. But if you're talking to somebody who doesn't care whether you ask them to leave or not, is not going.
Every day, trader Sherry Chen is witness to fights, theft and drug deals.
They steal, they take and eat.
The drug and alcohol abuse, the mental health, the homelessness and the type of people it's attracting to the area is a concern.
I think it's a bit exaggerated, the reputation this place has got. And there's been a lot of backstabbing and a lot of pull down of this place because people don't like this place here.
We were called into the police station to have an interview with this new police inspector. He said he's sick of this and he's sick of that and he's not sending any help to Gatwick anymore. He's not going to have his police officers waste their time, so he wants us to close it by Christmas Day. And this was 2 weeks before Christmas. And he was going to implement a fine every time the tenants stepped out of line. And the health inspectors came 5 times in the last month. Yeah, the constant badgering is a torture. It just wears you down. You just can't continue to operate. And then when he put the noose around our neck with this fine, we have no option but to close.
It's been the scene of murders, drug deals and assaults, but St Kilda's notorious Gatwick Hotel will now finally close its doors.
It wasn't official until we got the papers, the notice to vacate. Most of the people in the building didn't pick it up. You know, I mean, we've got a couple of tenants here at the moment who still believe the place isn't closing. That's going to be interesting.
I've got about a dozen people left that I'm going to have to take to VCAT and move on. What happens is once I go to VCAT, then I get a possession order on the room and then the police escort the people out and just leave them on the street. They won't get their foot in the door anywhere else because they've closed so many rooming houses that there's just nowhere for them to go. 204 is done and ready.
Right,
So they can be boarded.
Yes.
There's a couple of times there where they've boarded it up and I wasn't ready. Sorry, hang on. So then I say, you have to take the board off again. And they say, what for? And I said, because it's not finished. And he said, yes, it's finished. I said, no, it's not finished. So he takes the board off again. And then I put an ashtray or something down. And he goes, oh, you make me do all this for this. Albie! Hi, sweetheart. Oh, is it? How old are you? A lot of our tenants have still been coming back every day to let us know that they're settling in. It's sort of like a bit of a love story, really. Dear Mrs. Kelly and Mrs. Banks, thank you for everything you have both done. In the past 40 years, you have provided a safe haven and a roof over the heads of friends and acquaintances of mine. You did not judge them, but gave them sanctuary when their drug addictions and demons drove them away from friends and family. I am sorry that circumstances beyond your control have caused the closure of Gatwick. I hope you are both proud of everything you have achieved. You have helped so many people.
People think it's all drugs and alcohol and everything else. It's not. It's humour.
I don't know why she got a licence.
I love the joint. For me, like my situation, my life and what I've experienced here, I wouldn't change a thing. I'm a better person for it.
It doesn't look like much, but the soul is inside. Is Rose and Eddie.